wonders, or you may want to know that how actually I complete my 150,000 FYP in just a month. I closed my 150,000 FYP from 6 families. I'm going to share with you some of the basic ideas that I'm using that to achieve my first MDRT on family business. I want to share with you how I actually develop my business in deep and wide. Okay, when you see a prospect, this is Mr. Prospect, huh? When you see a prospect, what do you see? What do you see? A prospect. Okay, when you see a prospect, you will see as one individual person. You still remember that when we join our industry that our leaders or our companies always ask us to write down our prospect list. Remember? So every time when you're writing down a prospect listing, okay, you will write a name, for example, Miss Tan. Okay, Miss Tan. You will put it as the only Miss Tan, or you will put Miss Tan at the back bracket, how many family members that she have. Okay. So this is how I'm doing it. I'm looking at prospect not only as one individual prospect. I'm seeing a prospect as a family or even a community. Before I meet up with my new prospect, I always do my preparations in drawing out a client mapping. Do you all know what is client mapping? Yes, huh? Or it's no problem if, let's say, you're not so sure. I'm going to show you how I'm doing it. So I will draw out a client mapping. Why? Because from there, I can see how many families I can develop and explore. From one prospect, I want to see how many families that surrounding him that I can develop and explore. Let me show you some example. Okay, as you can see here, there's from one prospect, minimum how many families I can get? Minimum more than 5. That's how I do is actually when I meet on one prospect, what I did is actually first I will close the deal for the family, for the direct family, immediate family. Okay, the wife, the children. And after that, I will move to next layer, which is the wife, the spouse, family members. The parents, the siblings, brothers, sisters, cousins, their friends, their colleagues, Then I move to another layer, which is their siblings, maybe their brother's wife, the brother, mother-in-law, father-in-law, sister-in-law. From one individual prospect, it can give you the possibility for up to maybe 50 families that's surrounding them. Okay? So this is how actually that I'm doing one of the methods that I'm using when I achieve my first MDRT. I still remember that when I'm not become an MDRT yet, my cases per year is around 34 cases. As a normal agent, 34 cases, not many. 34 cases, we generate around maybe 95 to 100,000 AMP. But after I'm using this method, when I'm as an MDRT, my cases average per year will be around 92 to 95. You see, from 34 to 90 over cases is 3 times. If I'm using the same speed and I'm using the same method, that I only have the same time frame for me to achieve my MDRT, is going to be very time consuming. I mean, it's going to eat out a lot of time. So what I did is actually, instead of focusing on 1 to 192 individual prospects, I developed 30 families. From the 30 families, they will give me enough cases for my solid MDRT. This is how I develop and build wide and deep in family business. I have one real case that I would like to share with you. I'm starting to using this with my VIP client. Okay, I start to develop them into family business when I get to know how to do it. I have one customer, I name it as Miss Tan. Miss Tan actually bought the first policy in year 2013 with me. Okay, and then just a normal personal accident policy. And after that, I continue to explore more in their family business. At the end, cut it short, that after 2 years, I think. 2 years, I'm as a family protection for her, as a family planner for her. I managed to close from 1 prospect up to 10 families. That I closed total of 58 cases, and amount around estimate 500,000 AMP from that particular 1 prospect to families surrounding her. This is why I say that we have to build our business deep and wide. So in order for you to continuously to achieve the MDRT year by year, this is one of the ways that I'm using. I'm using this to complete my first, second, and third MDRT. This is some of the things that I want to go through with you, a quick one, that what I do and how I do when I'm building my family business. One is you have to identify a central influence. I always identify the COI. The COI in the family is very, very important. You know why? Without the COI, there's nobody going to talk about you. But the COI is actually a great influence. So you make sure that you do the right thing. So I have to make sure I do the right thing so they will talk good about me and talk good about the product as well. So finding your COI is a must in building deep and wide. And I also like to walk into their real life. So I don't like some business is hit and run business. No, I want to build relationship. I want to build trust. And at the same time, I want to walk into their life. I want to know what is the actual situations, what is the actual problems that they face right now, what is the most concerned thing that they need, what do they concern the most at the moment at this point of life. We as a life planner, we need to really care about love and care to our prospect. So this is one of the ways that I'm using, walk into their life, so you can have a better understanding. And also, I always spend quality time with the families. For example, I always self-invited myself to their family dinner at the beginning. So if let's say they have some gathering like birthday party, the kids' graduations and all this, I will never miss. I will always be there. I'll make sure that I spend a quality time. In average, I spend my time with my COI, it's like 3 weeks, at least 1 family dinner, minimum. Yeah. So we are not necessarily to talk about insurance or anything, but we just be there to care and concern about what is happening surrounding them. From there, you will find the opportunity to to provide the solutions and also to provide your service. And building trust, I mentioned just now. And what I did is actually I continuously asking for family and relative referrals. This is what it makes my business continuously to grow. This is what I do. I just want to share with you, never ever let anyone stopping you from achieving your MDRT. Never. 2 years ago, I met these 2 ladies, their MDRT. One, she achieved her first MDRT at the age of 61. Another one, she achieved her 18 times of MDRT at the age of 61 as well. That's really inspired me, you know. It means that MDRT is not about how many years you are in this industry. MDRT is not about how young or how old you are in this industry. MDRT is about make your decision, walk out from your comfort zone, do the right things, take action, and make it happen. Thank you.